morning, brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles, nieces and nephew, mom and dad. Good morning. Just want you guys to take some time to look at the people next to you. Say good morning. Just greet them real quick. And just want to give a quick shout out. As you notice, Dave is not here, and he's like our main guy. But fortunately, we have a new member, Kozan. So let's give him a round of applause, a nice warm welcome. Huh? All right. First song is Blessing of Glory. Now the light of glory arises like the sun that shines on high. Now awaken into freedom. Oh, revive your spirits, oh, revive. Wake the mountains and the valleys. Bring alive the springs of the earth. Light the world forever with the light of your rebirth. Light the world forever with the light of your rebirth. We are called to bring back the glory to the light of God above. Now the Lord in His greatness fills the universe with tender love. Ever seeking souls awaken, ever calling them to be free. How shall I attend? Who is calling to me? How shall I attend Him? Who is calling to me? From the dark of death I'll awaken and rejoice to living grace. When the one who came to save me holds me tenderly in His embrace, I rejoice to feel the comfort of the love He has for me. What a blessing of glory to rejoice eternally. What a blessing of glory to rejoice eternally. Now He lifts me up to embrace me in the blessing that is mine. What a blessing to receive it in a love so tender and divine. How can I return the blessing, though in all my life I will try? I can never stop feeling how unworthy am I. I can never stop feeling how unworthy am I. I can never stop feeling how unworthy am I. All right, I like the energy. Let's keep this up. We're gonna go into our next song, Unified Soldiers. Strong bond of heart is the force, bringing the world into life. Joined in a kinship of love, all shall live as one. Here in the home of our hearts, we'll share evermore. On this foundation of happiness, we shall live forever. Words by heavenly Lord, unified soldiers, finally with one accord, we shall march on. True men of boundless domain, magnify their light. Glorious beacons of truth, for all things of the earth. From that original word, life will spring and grow. In its expression it gives to all the fulfillment of hope. His power and rule, unified soldiers, vitally His will to do, we shall march on. Based on the order of God, we'll build truthfulness. One constant value that gives pledge of eternity. The highest standard of truth, which is raised above, will decorate far distant day, the radiant goodness. With His power, unified soldiers, finally proclaiming, we shall march on. New culture dawns in the east, glorious beyond our dreams. Mankind transformed in its life shall be one family, ever to serve and who? Time to parents home. Without a doubt, the world shall be a world of victory. Victory, where is power and heavenly war, unified soldiers, like the leaves in the field. We shall march on. Where's pride? Where's pride? Heavenly war, unified soldiers, finally into that ideal. We shall march on. Finally, into that ideal. We shall march on. Woo! Loving the energy. Thank you, young people in the front. And everyone else. Loving it. Okay, so we have 2 offering songs prepared for you guys. And I just ask you guys to immerse yourself in this music and especially listen to the words carefully and try to resonate with it as much as possible. You guys can actually sit down, so I'll spare you guys from standing all the time. But yes, the first song is Something Beautiful. In your ocean, I'm ankle deep. I feel the waves crashing on my feet. It's like I know where I need to be, but I can't figure out, just how much air I will need to breathe. When your tide rushes over me, there's only one way to figure out. Will you let me drown? Will you let me drown? Hey now, this is my desire. Consume me like a fire, 'cause I just want something beautiful to touch me. I know that I'm in reach, 'cause I am down on my knees. I'm waiting for something beautiful. Whoa, 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 something beautiful. And the water is rising quick, and for years I was scared of it. We can't be sure when it will subside, so I won't leave your side. No, I can't leave your side. Hey now, this is my desire. Consume me like a fire, 'cause I just want something beautiful to touch me. I know that I'm in reach, 'cause I am down on my knees. I'm waiting for something beautiful. Whoa, 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 something beautiful. Whoa, 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 something beautiful. In a daydream, I couldn't live like this. Wouldn't stop until I found something beautiful. When I wake up, couldn't live like this. I wouldn't stop until I found something beautiful. When I wake up, all I want I have. You know love is all I need. Something beautiful. Hey now, this is my desire. Consume me like a fire, 'cause I just want something beautiful to touch me. I know that I'm in reach, 'cause I am down on my knees. I'm waiting for something beautiful. Hey now, this is my desire. Consume me like a fire, 'cause I just want something beautiful to touch me. I know that I'm in reach, 'cause I am down on my knees. I'm waiting for something beautiful. Hey now, this is my desire. Consume me like a fire, 'cause I just want something beautiful to touch me. I know that I'm in reach, 'cause I am down on my knees. I'm waiting for something beautiful. Whoa, 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 something beautiful. Whoa, 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 something beautiful. Whoa, 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 something beautiful. Thank you. Hold on, before I go into the next song, I need some water. Vegas is very dry. Okay, the last song we have for you. Well, I guess before that. I don't know about you guys, but a lot of times when we go through challenges and difficulties in our lives, I tend to forget about God. And sometimes I even close my heart off towards God. But despite that, I realize that God is actually there with me. God is there with me, supporting me every step of the way. And realize He's a good Father. And He always loves us, and we're a child of God. So please enjoy our next song. It's called Good Father by Chris Tomlin. I've heard 1,000 stories of what they think you're like, but I've heard the tender whisper of love in the dead of night, and you tell me that you're pleased and that I'm never alone. You're a good Father. It's who you are. It's who you are. It's who you are. And I'm loved by you. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am. I've seen many searching for answers far and wide, but I know we're all searching for answers only you provide, 'cause you know just what we need before we say a word. You're a good Father. It's who you are. It's who you are. It's who you are. And I'm loved by you. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am. 'Cause you are perfect in all of your ways. You are perfect in all of peace so unexplainable. I can hardly think as you call me deeper still, as you call me deeper still, as you call me deeper still into love. You're a good, good Father. It's who you are. It's who you are. It's who you are. And I'm loved by you. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am. You're good, you are perfect in all of your ways. It's who you are. It's who you are. And I'm loved by you. Perfect in all of your ways. It's who I am. It's who I am. You're a good, good Father. It's who you are. It's who you are. It's who you are. And I'm loved by you. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am. Thank you.
Brothers and sisters, let's give another big round of applause to Heaven Street. Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. For all of those who are on Zoom, we want to welcome to our Sunday service. Our praise team couldn't have picked a more fitting song than the song that we've just heard, the words that we're uttering. Welcome to our Heavenly Parent Holy Community. It is a place where you receive God's infinite, abundant, and most importantly, unconditional love. Brothers and sisters, you are loved. Those of you on Zoom, you're loved. And that love keeps on coming. And it's coming by the way our beloved brother, Jonathan Jesper.
Hey, good morning. Cool. Good morning, everybody. All right, turn to your neighbor. Give him a high five. Say, good morning, neighbor. Let's give our Heavenly Parent a good morning. Let's say, good morning, Heavenly Parent. 1, 2, 3. Good morning, Heavenly Parent. Let's say good morning, true parents. Good morning, true parents. Let's everyone turn to that camera there. Say good morning, Zoom. Please join us. We got more people sitting here. It's awesome. These chairs here still feel a little lack of love. We're working on it. Just patience. It's a virtue. I like having young people closer. Brings more energy. You old people in the back, you can move up. They're actually pretty young. Yeah. Good to see everybody. How was your week? Yeah? Did Heavenly Parent put some challenges your way? Are you smiling anyway? It's part of the game. The sooner we accept it, the easier it is. I go to, this is a total tangent, but sometimes I go to GameWorks. I don't know if anyone knows GameWorks. It's like they have an arcade, like a bunch of games, and they had this thing called an unlimited pass. And I thought it was the coolest idea because you got a time period, and you can just play as much as you want. I don't think I was ever more bored in my life. Do you know why? I couldn't lose. Every time I died, I just swiped it again, and I'm back. It's like somehow actually that thrill of not being certain, of going through a challenge is what makes things rich and meaningful. So although we go through our challenges, and we're not always excited by them, They're necessary. It's part of this game. It's part of our journey in life. So we just embrace it and keep smiling along the way. And we can jump. All right, I want to tell a little story. So I was at the park. We have beautiful weather here in Vegas this time of year, and I love it. And I'm at the park with my kids. My daughter, Lily, she's 3, and she's running around, and I have to keep track. Okay, where is she? And sometimes she hides in the little, sometimes I lose her. And there's the little, like, circle tubes you crawl through. That's where she is. I'm like, gosh, where is she? And then all of a sudden, I see this little head pop out. Ah! I'm like, thank you, okay. There she is. And she loves to run around, and she comes up to, like, the side where I am. They have, like, the little bars you can climb, but she comes up to that ledge, and she stands there, and then she looks at me, and she makes eye contact with me, and then she has this bright smile and this, like, excited anticipation. And in my head, I'm like, is she going to do what I think she's going to do? And then without a hesitation, she leaps herself into the air. And with joy and laughing in her eyes, she jumps. And I'm like, oh boy. And I go over, and I come, and I catch her, and she's laughing and smiling, and I'm laughing and smiling and partially relieved. And I give her a big hug, and I twirl her around. And she jumped. We can learn a lot from kids. Because when she jumped, she was in the most vulnerable, dangerous position. When she jumped, she's completely like, that's the time you should be worried. You're in the air, like, you're coming down. Yet, she was smiling and laughing. It was just complete joy in her face. Why? Because she trusted me. Because she trusts me, she could jump and not worry. Even though it's dangerous, even though something bad could happen, it was thrilling, excited with a smile on her face. She could jump because she trusted. Kids are amazing like that. I have a friend named Shingy Detlefson. He lives in Washington. And he showed me this picture with his kid. He loves it. That's really high. He can shoot him into a basketball hoop. But the kid doesn't struggle. He said, do it again. Why? Because he trusts him. You see, we'll get to there. I talk without notes. These PowerPoint slides are my notes. Keeps me on track. Trust, if love is a car or a vehicle to take us where we need to go. If you need to go somewhere, you can go on a car, a plane, whatever it is. What is trust? Trust is the fuel that powers it. Without trust, we don't have anything. We need to trust to be able to keep going. We need to trust to be able to grow. We need to trust. Without trust, now we can do it. We're stuck. We're stuck. Sure enough, some of you have been wondering, where did this year go? It's 2022, already March. It's going fast. You're like, where did this year go? And some of you are like, man, I'm kind of the same. Life is just kind of mundane. I'm just kind of going through it. I'm not really changing. Some of you are looking back and thinking, man, I haven't really transformed or grown. Why is that? It's not because Heavenly Parent's not giving you opportunities. This whole world works by law. It is incredible when you see how nature works in harmony, how like animals know what to do, and how if one thing happens, the other thing happens. We were watching a Discovery Channel thing, me and my kids, about the Great Barrier Reef.
And there's a time that these fish lay the eggs. And when the fish laid the eggs, it I forgot the details. I'm not a scientist. Moral of the story is, because that happens, it keeps the whole ocean in balance in that area. So if all that works perfectly, do you think the stuff happening in your life is by random? Things are happening for you, not to you. But many times we resist. We push ourselves back. We isolate ourselves. We don't want to get involved. And we're stuck. So there's one thing. If you ever feel stuck in your life, you feel stuck emotionally, spiritually, if you're not feeling enough love, I guarantee you, you're not trusting. It's trust that gives that power. And we can't do anything unless we start trusting. But trusting is a scary word. We don't want to trust. We're hesitant to trust. Why is that? Simple. Fear and pain. You see, we've trusted before. We were vulnerable. We were open. And we got hurt. See, we had that in our past. It's happened to us. So then we're like, no more trusting for me, and we put up a wall. In fact, it's more than a wall. It's like a security system when we go, put the lock on, get the key, eat it. No one's getting through this. Put the security system on, make sure it's connected to the Wi-Fi and got the passcode. Click the random button so you don't even know what it is. We make sure no one's getting through this barrier. Well, congratulations. You definitely did your job. You're not getting hurt, but you're not getting loved either. You know what's interesting? When we isolate ourselves, when we push ourselves away, yes, we are avoiding pain, but we are making sure that we're never going to get loved either. And what's very interesting is, without love, we're already dead. We may not have the immediate pain, but we guaranteed our future of emptiness and loneliness. The only thing that makes us happy is love. And we don't, not just any kind of love, we need unconditional love. We need God's love. But if we don't get it, we're doomed. But there's only one way we can get it. And that is if we get rid of that security system, open our hearts, become vulnerable, and start to trust again. It's the only way. So what are some characteristics of trust? One is there's nothing to lose. Like I said, if we don't have trust, we're already doomed. We're already doomed. Another one, we wipe the slate clean. Once we start to trust, we're giving a new chance. It doesn't matter what happened in the past, because we are opening our hearts to new possibilities. It doesn't matter what happened to you in your childhood or what happened recently or anything. Every time we choose to trust, that slate is wiped clean and we have a new opportunity. There's no resentment. Anytime we are resentful, anytime we have resentment in our hearts, it's because of one thing. We don't believe what happened to us is actually good for us. God gives us, sometimes we have traumas. But our trauma is our best opportunity to grow. We had our real love study yesterday, and one of the topics that was talked about is that there's only one time you can really actually be loving, and that is when people are unloving. Because if people are doing what you want, it's easy to accept them. It's only when people are irritating to you, they're annoying you, when they're inconvenient, inconsiderate, that's only the real time we have a chance to practice loving. So all the challenges we have in our life are actually blessings and a chance for us to grow in our love if we trust. If we trust God. If we trust that that's the way. But see, many of you don't want to trust. You're hesitant. You're scared. And you're living in emotional isolation, and you know you're feeling miserable from it. There's God, your parents, there's people in your life that want to be able to enter your heart, to love you, to fill you up, but you got to let them. If people start to get close, it's like as soon as we get hurt, we don't want, not come close to me. It's almost like we have a gun. Think of it like an emotional gun. And so people walk up to you like, oh, hi, and you're like, hello, and they're like, whoa. They back away. So people aren't getting close to you. And we wonder, wow, why is everyone not like, why am I so alone? It's because you have a gun, an emotional gun. And then there's some brave souls that are like, they're probably in our real love class, and they're like, you know what, I'm going to love you anyway. I don't care if you do the alligator thing. People that are yesterday know what I'm talking about. They come and they love you anyway, and you go, boom. And we shoot them emotionally. And then we're like, man, why am I so alone? Why is life like this? But as you're doing it, you're crawling over all these dead bodies. We killed them all. We can't do that. Every time we do it, we're just guaranteeing our isolation and unhappiness. The other characteristic of trust is that it's an action. See, there's often this belief that trust is earned. I'm going to wait and see if I can trust you, and then if I can trust you, then I'll move forward. But if you want to grow, it doesn't happen like that. You got to trust first, and then you can move forward. You got to open your heart first, then you can grow. You got to make yourself vulnerable, then you can transform. It's not a wait and see. It's a, I'm going to jump. And some people are thinking, yeah, I don't trust. I can't trust people. I can't trust this. But actually, the truth is we're always trusting. When you woke up this morning, you were trusting there was gravity. You didn't even have a second thought. You trusted that you're going to have gravity. Did you know how awkward it would be? Like, hey, you want to go see the movie? I don't know. Are we going to fly over the thing? Like, I don't want to go to the moon. I don't want to go to Mars just yet. Some of you get angry all the time. Well, guess what you're trusting? You're trusting the happiness that you can gain from anger. You're trusting the happiness production of anger. That's what you're doing. Some of you get irritable. We have all these behaviors. We trust that they're going to work to provide some kind of benefit to us. But it doesn't work. Why not put trust in something that could work? Why not put our trust in God? Why not put our trust in love, in loving principles? Trust is an action, and it's something that we have to decide on our own that we're going to do. In the Bible, it said, blessed are they that put their trust in Him, in God, our heavenly parent. Our founder, Reverend Moon, said in a speech called Becoming a Responsible Person, unless we establish the principle that we can trust, be loving, and being responsible for our eternal lives, we are not real victors. In the same speech, he goes on to explain, first is trust. Second is serve, next is love, and last is sacrifice. Trust, serve, love, and sacrifice. There is no other way possible for us to win. It's hard to trust. I know myself. When I really was like, am I willing to change? So I had a mentor one time tell me very straight, Jonathan, you've been messing around for a long time. Are you finally willing to change? Are you finally willing to open your heart and trust? And at that point, I knew I had to make a decision. And I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I remember I said, okay, I'm going to trust. But as soon as I was saying that, my body started shaking. I remember my body shaking. I actually grabbed my wife's hand, and I was just like shaking. I was scared. But I had to be willing to make the jump. You might have that when you start to make that action, when you want to trust. You might have things happen like that. I remember one time I was in a group, and it was a business owners group, and I had an interesting business challenge at that time. And so everyone's going around saying how things are, and everyone was saying how things were great. And so then it got to me. And I was like, okay, I'm going to try to share my business challenge. And I thought, no problem. I'm just going to share it. As soon as I started to open my heart and be vulnerable, my throat got like tight. I started shaking again. Like, I don't know how I look to people. But I was like saying this, and I was going fast. I was like, and I was talking. I got it out. But what happened? My subconscious, my brain. See, my brain's very good at not making me happy. My brain's very good at keeping me alive. My brain's like, whoa, Jonathan, this is a new group of people. No, we don't do this. Remember, we did this before. It doesn't work. Danger. Get the throat. It's not working. Make them shake. Some of you, vomit. That'll stop them. When those things happen, don't quit. Keep going. Open your heart. Be vulnerable. It's the only way it's going to work. And when you do, you're free. Because when you do, you're free. Can you get hurt? You can. But hurting is not as bad as a lifetime of isolation. Little pain goes away. Because when you're trusting, you're willing to be guided. And when you're guided, surely you'll run into some things, but Heavenly Parent's got so many other things to help you. So who can you trust? I'm not saying trust everybody. You may want to pick. It could be your parents, it could be a leader, it could be your brothers and sisters. But we're becoming Heavenly Parent's holy community, a community of unconditional love. We're practicing, we're learning, we're going to make mistakes, but we're growing. But it's only going to work if we open our hearts and be vulnerable with each other. It's only going to work if we trust. And when that happens, you can start to grow. A lot of you have been holding on to things for a long time. You need to heal. You're not going to heal until you trust. A lot of you have fears. You're not going to overcome those fears until you trust. So I encourage all of you, take the jump. Let's do it together. Open your heart, be vulnerable. For some of you, come to things. Don't just hide in the back. Don't just sit in the back. Just be in the background. Jump in. Come do things. Come for coffee. We got a cool spring menu. I love that strawberry latte. That was awesome. Come for our studies. Get involved. Open your heart. You're going to see results. Stop being in isolation. Because you know what the most ironic thing is? When my daughter went to that ledge, she gave that smile, and she jumped with full confidence. You know what went through my mind? Oh boy, I better catch her. So I made sure I ran. When she jumped with full confidence and nothing, even if I wasn't planning on it, okay, I'm pot committed. I got to go catch my daughter. If I'm like that with my physical daughter, how do you think Heavenly Parent is with you? Let's do it. Let's open our hearts, be vulnerable. Let's start to trust. You're going to transform so much faster. Your life is going to transform so much more quick. If you're trusting, can you just imagine how much your life can change? Please join me in prayer. Our dearest Heavenly Parent, all of us here to some degree or another, we are scared to trust. We've been hurt before. We don't want to feel the pain again. But we also know we're stuck. Heavenly Parent, what we want most of all is for your love. We want to feel loved. We want to feel important. We want to feel the joy. We're worthy. And that's all as a parent you want us to feel. You want us to give us so much love and blessing. The universal flow is love. You want this cosmic universal flow to fill our hearts, to give us that energy, that joy. But you can't do it unless we're willing to open our hearts. Please guide every person here that we can have the courage to start to be vulnerable, to open up, to be willing to make the jump. Guide us so that we can be full of love, that we can inspire other people and help other people. This world's in a lot of pain, and the only answer is to love. We want to offer gratitude for our lives and that we could be here together as brothers and sisters. We are your holy community, and we're committed to keep going and to become loving, happy people that can make the impact in this world. Thank you. I'd like to offer this prayer in my name and all our names. Amen and adieu. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you so much, Jonathan. Does he deserve another round of applause, brothers and sisters? Yes. Yes, he does. And to affirm that, brothers and sisters, let's jump. Let's trust. And if you wonder what that first challenge is, it is offering time. While I was just sitting there in awe, brothers and sisters, please, feel free to take your checkbook and write, because I'm about to put you to sleep. Because I was taking notes as he was speaking. There's nothing to lose. He talked about characteristics of trust. There is nothing to lose when we give. That slate is clean. And trust is action. With that, we see transformation in our life. To that, Jonathan, we say thank you. Brothers and sisters, there's nothing to lose. If we make that jump, our heavenly parents will be on the other side to make sure we don't crash, but that we are held and cuddled. If offering is a challenge that you have, and I know it is a challenge we all have, let's trust. Let's jump. For those who are on Zoom, the number is on your slide. You can text the dollar amount to the number you see on the slide. And that's also true for those who are in the room today. Please take a moment to either write a check or text that dollar amount to 702-820-5511. And as you regain your seat, please turn to your neighbor or pick someone in the room with whom you will share. And our brother has prepared a question for us to share this morning. That question is, when you were young, who is someone you could really trust? Please don't be shy. And you don't have to turn to the person next to you. You can walk across the aisle and find somebody. And take a moment to share. When you were young, who is someone you could really trust? And if you are on Zoom, please take a moment to share with those on Zoom. Pick somebody and use the chat box. Amen and Andrew. And we will have a lot more opportunity to share right after the service during our brunch. For now, let's go on to announcements. And our first announcement this morning thank you. We want to welcome those who are here maybe for the first time or the second time. Is there a newcomer in the room today? Please raise your hand, and Jonathan is here to welcome you.
All right, we got someone here. You were voluntold. Just say hi, say your name.
Hi, I'm Rochelle. I met Lisa on campus, and she invited me here, and I think at the perfect time in my life. But that's it.
We're a big family, so we love to have you. Welcome. Anybody else? Oh, 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 oh. Or does someone want to introduce them? Okay.
Spanish translation.
This is a wonderful father from Ecuador, and he was working with us in New York the last time Mother gave a speech. And he really loves Jesus. He loves people. He goes out to the countryside and takes care of the people who live in the rural areas. So we're really grateful he came here to be with us again. And
Thank you. Okay. Buenos días, hermanas y hermanos.
Good morning, brothers and sisters.
Dios y los padres verdaderos bendigan a todos.
God and true Father bless all of you.
Me estoy contagiando de ese espíritu hermoso que tienen en su corazón.
I get contagion with your heart, the beautiful heart that you guys have here.
Tan contagiado que mi corazón también está muy
I'm
contento ahora.
very contagion because your heart is very beautiful.
Para venir a los Estados Unidos y acá donde ustedes,
To come to the United States, to come here,
tuve que
I have
sufrir
to,
mucho en
I have,
migración.
I have to, I have a lot of very hard time with the immigration
Porque traía recuerdos.
because I have memories
Y también algo para mi maestro Juan Morales.
and something for my teacher, Juan Morales.
Sin embargo, estoy muy contento porque vencí todos los
I'm so
problemas.
happy because I passed all the problems that I went through.
Tengo mucho convencimiento de que Dios y los padres verdaderos estaban
I have a lot of faith that God and true Father is with us.
Aquí estoy ahora.
I'm here now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is anybody else in the room for the first time or a second time? All right, if not, we'll meet you next. Our next announcement is about a special time we have this morning. You heard about the special spring treat we have. It's 9:30. There is no morning without coffee. And if you wonder what that coffee is in spring, please come early. Every Sunday, the time is 9:30, right downstairs for coffee time. Of course, we want to keep on praying praying for our beloved brothers and sisters in Ukraine right now. We can imagine a much difficult time. But in God we trust, and with our prayer, we know they will pull through. So brothers and sisters, let's keep on praying for our beloved brothers in Ukraine. As you know, every Saturday, there's this beautiful series going on, The Essential of Real Love. It's from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. If you've not had a chance to attend, you can still join in. Daycare is available for those who have children. Again, it is something you will not forget. It is something you will treasure, and definitely that will transform your life. So every Saturday from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m., The Essentials of True Love. And of course, we want to congratulate Shining City. Every Saturday, they're out there helping to make this city a much more beautiful city than it actually is. Let's give them a round of applause. And of course, let's invite our beloved brother Jonathan to tell you about this special announcement.
All right, so one of the best ways we can open our hearts, be vulnerable, and start to trust is really to share with each other. And becoming a community of brothers and sisters means making personal connection. So one of the best ministries I think we have is our meetup ministry. And that is get together with people, and the whole goal is two things. Number one, smile. Number two, laugh. And so whatever gets people to do that, it's cool. We have some people, they love D&D. They get together, play D&D. Some people love to Dungeons and Dragons. For those of you who don't know, I barely know. I just know how to spell it. And some people love together to play volleyball. Some people love together to do board games or go outings. Those kind of things make magic. And one of the things we also do is we meet up with each other and discuss as brothers. There's so many people we've never talked to, barely even know. So if you look in your bulletin, you're going to see a name. So everyone, can you pull out your bulletins? And for those of you that aren't pulling out your bulletins, trust me. So pull out your bulletins, and you're going to have a name. Make a commitment now that you're going to reach out, text, Facebook message, call. If you're not, and go out for coffee, go out for a meal. If not, at least call the person. Now, some of you will see a logo by the name, and it looks like a Starbucks logo. Raise your hand. If you have a Starbucks logo, we have a gift card to sponsor your meetup with that person. So come up and get your card. Yes. Okay. Okay. All right. So she got Shinai Sakaguchi. That's for you. So you'll meet with Shinai. Who do you got?
Starbucks.
Right. So then you have
Jared.
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 Yeah, you getting some coffee, man. That's for you to take out Jared. Okay. You have Sarah Holmes. She's downstairs with our youth. So that's for you to treat out Sarah Holmes. All right, I only went through half of my cards. Oh, another one? If you have it, come on up. It's free. We're having fun. Okay. Who'd you got?
Jennifer Solario.
Ooh, Jennifer. That's for you to take her out. Anybody else? Anybody shy? Okay, I got two more, so we'll put two more in for next week. I'm all in. This one thing alone will transform our community, our lives. And when you meet people, feel free, open your heart, be vulnerable. Magic will happen.
Sisters, let's welcome Heaven Street for our final and closing song.
Down by the riverside. Let's stand up. Down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. I'm gonna lay down my burden, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. I ain't gonna study war no more, ain't gonna study war no more, ain't gonna study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more, ain't gonna study war no more, ain't gonna study war no more. I'm gonna lay down my sword and shield, down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. I'm gonna lay down my sword and shield, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. I ain't gonna study war no more, I ain't gonna study war no more, I ain't gonna study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more, I ain't gonna study war no more, ain't gonna study war no more. I'm gonna put on my holy robe, down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. I'm gonna put on my holy robe, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. I ain't gonna study war no more, I ain't gonna study war no more, I ain't gonna study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more, I ain't gonna study war no more, ain't gonna study war no more. Gonna walk with true parents, down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. I'm gonna walk with true parents, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. I ain't gonna study war no more, I ain't gonna study war no more, I ain't gonna study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more, I ain't gonna study war no more, ain't gonna study war no more. We're gonna join hands around the world, down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. We're gonna join hands around the world, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. I ain't gonna study war no more, I ain't gonna study war no more, I ain't gonna study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more, I ain't gonna study war no more, ain't gonna study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more, I ain't gonna study war no more, I ain't gonna study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more, I ain't gonna study war no more, ain't gonna study war no more.
All right, have an amazing week. Join us for snacks and fellowship in the back. Have an amazing time. Open your heart. Be vulnerable. We're going to transform. See everyone next week. Have an amazing week, everyone.